Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source for real news in an unreal world, keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. The goal of the AO Daily Show is to take all of the info that is spread across the entirety of the Albion community, be it Twitter, Discord, Reddit, the official forums, or some random dude in-game, and we break it all down for you into a format that you can digest in less than an hour. Today is Monday, the 20th of May, and I am your host, Shozen, and with me today, as always, is my co-host, Bogul. Bogul, how are you doing today?
Hello, Shozen. I'm good.
Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So you guys will be able to find us every day, right here live on Twitch at 12 UTC, Twitch TV, /Albion Online, or later on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, wherever you get your favorite podcast from, you will be able to find us there. And the point of this show is to give you the daily news briefings on everything that's going on in Albion. So Bogul, without further ado, let's start talking about some of that news that happened last week before we start talking about the crazy, crazy invasion day.
Okay, sure. Do you want to just
go right into it? Yeah, let's just talk about last week's dev talk. So last week, we had a dev talk. We had Robin Henkys on air coming and welcoming the new players, basically, from the free-to-play. Got anything to say about that, Bogul? What did you learn from that dev talk?
What did I learn? Well, we saw Robin again. How long was the dev talk? It was just a few minutes, right?
It was a pretty short one.
And he took the opportunity to say hello to everybody, to welcome the new players, to welcome the returning players that are checking out Albion again. And he gave some information out about how Albion is doing, what's been happening. Yeah, and what do you remember?
Well, to me, the big news is when he was talking about our numbers. When, for those of you who don't know, recently, Albion Online went free to play, and we had a huge spike in players. If you go and look at us right now on Steam, you can see that we are currently the number 4 MMO on Steam. Not too bad, right? Pretty good. Well, it currently, only about 40% of our players even play through Steam, which means that, there's another 60% of our player base that, isn't even counted into that number. We could be doing even better than number 4, Bogul. It's quite possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And right now, the numbers that we have currently post free to play are 10 times the number that we had beforehand. That's pretty great. That's pretty pretty huge numbers. Robin went on to say that they would be improving performance for the Invasion Day, and anybody who participated in Invasion Day knows that was true because they upped the cap, they upped the performance, and for most of us, we had a really, really good Invasion Day. I had a great Invasion Day. The stream had a few hiccups. We had to do a reset because Lupac was still having a little bit of a memory issue with his game. We had a little bit of a player side lag, but the server, for the most part, held up really, really well. It was...
I was sleeping during all this.
Well, that's to be expected. For those of you who don't know, this is a really weird setup for Bogul and I. Bogul is currently living in Beijing, China. I am on the east coast of the United States, and that means we have a 12-hour difference for us. Right now, it's 8 o'clock in the morning for me and 8 o'clock at night for him, and we meet every day, twice a day, for 2 hours to try to get these shows to you guys. So it's a really kind of crazy and hectic schedule until Bogul moves back to Berlin.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah.
This has been a long time dream of ours to try this out, to do this, and I'm excited for the next weeks and months to come to see what we can do with this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a crazy time, just like that Invasion Day. Bogul, that was easily the most lit Invasion Day I've ever been a part of. The extra 2 continents was absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to get into that. But
we have some info on that, right? We
have a lot of info on that. But I really want to talk about all this news that we had, because last week, what we try to do here is give you all the news that happens on a daily basis. But because this is our first show, we've got to get through all of last week first. We've got to we've got to pound out that mid-season patch, that hotfix patch, the dev chat. There was so many things. There was an ARDITI spotlight. Let's talk first, though, about that mid-season patch, the balance changes, the quality of life, the major land expansion that occurred.
Right. So, as we mentioned before, Ben said hello. He also wished everybody good luck for the Invasion Day 2 of Season 6, which is what is or has been happening just now this weekend. And in preparation for that, we had a few patches. We had a few things that had to get done. And we wanted to touch on a few of these and mention last week's Oberon Patch 5, the mid-season Patch 5, that brought the new Outland regions, the Siluria and Glauvia.
Yeah. I think you're right. Siluria and Glauvia.
Yeah. These got added to the game and subsequently were be able to capture? No.
Yeah, that's good enough.
English.
Yeah, Bogul hasn't spoken a lot of English in the last 6 months. He's been over in China. But we'll let him slide on that one. Yeah, they were able to be captured on Saturday and Sunday, respectively, and it was madness. It was absolute madness. But let's see. We also had, not only did we have those major land additions, it was pretty good. I went over there as soon as it happened, checked out the stuff, and it was absolutely crazy over there. I got ganked more there than I've gotten ganked in the traditional black zones like ever. I was out. I've been in Mercia for months, just going out there every day and getting my gathering on, just doing just regular gathering, and never get ganked. Never get ganked. Just wear my gathering gear. Just go. Yeah. I stepped into. It was Siluria. It was actually Siluria in the area that is now known as Archganistan, and I went out there. And I was maybe there for a minute and 30 seconds where I got ganked the first time. Go out a second time immediately, because you don't let a silly ganking take you out of Siluria. You go, oh, I got ganked. This happens occasionally. I'll just go right back out. I got ganked again. Bogul, I got ganked again. It was like instant. That place is dangerous.
And then you never went again?
No, I'm not going back. It's now Archganistan, which is probably the place on Earth I want to be least of all. Like, if there's a place that's calling itself Archganistan, I don't want to be there. I just don't want to be there.
I think we have to explain later in the show.
Yeah, we'll come back to that, because boy, if you don't know what it is by now, you will know. Oh, you will know.
So, the new continents got released. We also had in the mid-season patch the new player island favorites list. That was a big requested feature. Everybody liked.
That was huge.
I can now figure out where my 30 islands are out of my 60 or 70 I have. Since when you play since release, and then you've been in a few guilds, then everybody wants to give you access to his or her guild island or private island, to meet their ones or to do farming, whatever. And then you end up with so much stuff on your list that this was a really welcome.
Well, people were even using the player islands and guild islands as a tool to harass others by giving you access, giving whole guilds access to crappy islands.
I might have done that in the past.
Just to fill up your,
But I was sending
nice
messages.
Yeah, I'm sure you were sending beautiful messages. But I remember actually when it was when the players were told that they were going to do this, we were at a roundtable meeting, like one of the calls that they do, and I don't get to go to a lot of them. I generally am working during it. I have to do a Thursday show, and they somehow every call had been scheduled during my show. I don't know if it's on purpose. Maybe. I don't know. No, it's definitely not. But I got to go to one. And at one point, they went to the question and answer section of the show. And somebody asked, hey, will we ever be getting favorites for player islands? And they were like, well, I really don't think we're going to be able to do that. We'd love to do that, but it's just so low on our priority list. It's on there. It's on our list of things to do.
I think it has been there a while.
But we just, there's so many. We have this new continent. We have to, make home plots more valuable. We have to do all these different things. We got big things on the plan. And then I just don't think it's going to be done soon. And somebody in the background goes, I think I can do it really, really quick. I'm kind of working on it. I can do it really quick. and Robin's like, oh, well, I guess we're doing it then. Yes, and it was absolutely that's how we found out that it was coming in the patch, and it was absolutely crazy.
But just to be clear, you just imagined this whole exchange, right?
No, that's the real exchange.
What?
Yeah. Somebody in the back literally raised their hand and said, I can do that. And it was amazing. Okay. Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. I was so happy, and not as happy as when I finally could add favorites to my island list. I'll tell you that much. That was absolutely fantastic. Now I can get to my 7 islands without hassle. I don't have to search through the 75 islands that I have access to. I can just find them. And being that all my characters start with Shozen.
You just type Shozen?
Well, it was a really long scroll list, let me just say. Yeah. All right. So let's see. What else did we have on the news? Ooh, quick update on Percival, the next patch that's coming up. Apparently, they're going to be adding solo dungeons, random dungeons. Right, Bogul? Is that what they're doing?
The dev talk had a little teaser on that. Mm-hmm. There's no information out there yet.
None.
It's just that it has been mentioned a little bit on the forums. That's on the roadmap. Mm-hmm. And in the dev talk, he also said that this work is progressing. And personally, I can't wait to see how they will, be implemented. Mm-hmm. And he also mentioned that they are working on the upcoming character customization features.
Well, I need that. I need to customize my character. Bogul, if you zoom in on my character here, he's not very attractive. He's very basic. He's just got I think he's wearing.
That's your GM account, right?
That's my GM account. He's very basic, very basic GM.
All right. That's how it's supposed to be.
Let's move on a little bit into some of the other more interesting news, because we had some community news as well. We like to start with the official news, move on to community news. They did a guild spotlight this week. ARDITI.
Last week, yes.
ARDITI, yes. The Italian Super Guild, the combination of Guild Not Found, Money Guild, Italian Division, and the Laughing Trolls. Now, I do know all 3 of those guilds. I have run into all 3 of them in my world of Albion play. I have not seen them do a whole lot of amazing things, but I have seen them participate. And the idea that they have combined to make some sort of super guild is intriguing. I like it. It seems like a good idea. And then I started reading their spotlight, Bogul. God, I wish I spoke Italian right now, because I can't think of a guild I want to be in more right now than ARDITI. Their guild spotlight was a thing of beauty. It was enjoyable on a level few things are in Albion. Let me just read a little bit of this. We want to be remembered as the ultimate Italian guild in Albion. So we have a strong personality, and we react like wasps. If you take on one of us, you'll have to fight us all. We also have 2 of our own mottos, which translate to ARDITI or death, and in ARDITI, with ARDITI, for ARDITI. And now, something about having 2 mottos, Bogul, and wanting to be the ultimate Italian guild.
It's kind of out there,
awesome.
Is it?
No, it's amazing. And I personally think if your goal is to be the ultimate Italian guild, you've already done it. As soon as you state we want to be the ultimate Italian guild, you are the ultimate Italian guild. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm really into it. So guys, go check out that spotlight. It was worth the read. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, by the way, if you are listening to this sometime in you will find the link to the spotlight, to the dev talk, to the Oberon Patch notes, to all the stuff, all the links that we will talk about during this show. In the show description. You scroll down, you click on more, you click on details, whatever, and then you can just look at all the things we mentioned very briefly and read them yourself again.
Speaking of things we have to mention quite briefly, was that hot patch that came in the other day. The hot fix?
Oberon Patch, what is it, 6.5.1?
5.1. It's like we had 2 mid-season patches, it seems like, in a very short period of time. One was just a quick hot fix. that did basically two things. It changed portal locks for reset days so that you can't, like, you get once a month you get a free pass, right? You can remove your portal lock, free pass. So if something crazy happens and you need to get yourself over to Cumbria and you're locked in Mercia, dang, here we go, boom, boom, boom. We changed it. You'll unlock. You're unlocked. You're gone off to Cumbria. Go defend that castle. You're fine. Game on. But this patch said 48 hours before reset day, you cannot change your lock. You can't just abandon your lock. You're locked for 48 hours, which I think is a good thing.
And that's to prevent some trickery jumping around.
But that's not the big trick. That's not the big trickery that they removed. They removed the bow trick. They ended all your fancy arrows that you were using, so you don't get 12 special auto shots to go and pound away at somebody now. Your
Half
bow
across the world.
Your bow is just a bow. So no longer can use Enchanted Quiver, which would give you your 18 enchanted arrows. Take off your regular bow, go ahead and swap to your Whispering Bow, and then hit up your undead arrows, and then nail somebody with 18 super-powered undead arrows and obliterate them in a matter of moments, which we were seeing a lot of, because it wasn't too hard to go from your standard bow and get your Enchanted Quiver on, get your 18 shots, pound that extra 35% damage into somebody with your auto attacks, combined with the extra 35% of your auto attacks, and another additional 121 damage, or whatever it was, because this is a tier 4. You're not getting 120. I'm just reading the tier 4. But you were getting way more damage than you deserve. That thing is no more bow trick. Your bow trick is gone. Your bow trick is done. All right, it's as gone as Death Givers. It's done. It's that one's for Cocoa. That one's for Cocoa. Right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But basically, that was the news from last week. And then the big stuff started happening. The events started happening, because as soon as all those hot patches were done, all the new patches were in, the real banger started. We had Invasion, and this was the biggest invasion just that I've ever seen. And not just because we had those 2 new continents, or I don't know, do you call them 2 continents because it's Eastern and Western Glauvia? We'll just call them 2 continents for now. They added 2 continents.
Have you looked at the actual names?
Yes.
Like, did you know that?
Yes, I did.
They are not just called Siluria, Glauvia, Anglia, Cumbria, Mercia?
Yeah. Well, every biome, if you look at the biomes, every biome for each area does have like a special area. Like you can go to the Arden Forest in Mercia, or the Cairngorm Mountains of Mercia, or the Ragged Steps of you're not going to the Ragged Steps of Siluria. That thing is now known as freaking just Archganistan. Yeah. Don't go there. Just stay away, unless you're a good GVG team and want to take it away from them, because that would be funny and I would giggle. But
did you know these before?
What?
The single biome names?
Oh yeah, when 2 years ago when I started doing my first show for Albion, I tried to instill the ideas of these named territories to people and like get the names out there. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares about the mountains. Nobody cares what they're called. No, because you could join. You could just go to Flesh Eater Morass. Yeah, the territory names themselves are just so special. Now we've got new special names like Dank Hag. Oh gosh, just such great names. Flesh Eater Morass.
What happened there? I think what you do in MMOs, you have a few name pieces where then some algorithm generates names for you. But I want to meet the SBI dev who decided that Dank was a good prefix for a name. It has an interesting character. Maybe those names are getting all deleted when we have the new outlets, but I think somebody must have sat in the SBI office and went like,
Flesh Eater Morass. Yeah. I they do make video games, so the adolescence is strong with this one. So let's get on to this Invasion Day, because we have so much to talk about Invasion Day, because it was the biggest one, not just because of the continents, like we just said, and Afghanistan and all the new territories. Also, more players participated in this Invasion Day than we've ever had participating, period. It just, the first Invasion Day after free-to-play was bigger. It was bigger. Yes, sure, there were more players participating, but it wasn't the biggest, because it wasn't until we had, these guys getting into their 6-1 and coming out here that they started going out there and really taking territory. And they did. We had new players out here in the world taking players and getting home plots for the very first time. And that's absolutely awesome.
I watched some of this. I said earlier that I was sleeping during the invasion time, but I was watching your stream. For those of you who don't know, you can watch the VOD of this always later on twitch.tv Albion Online. And I was watching it, and I saw a bunch of new guild names I had never seen before, and also just a bunch of people, getting out there in tier 5, tier 6, and equipping some longbow and going for it. You casted all this live, right?
Yeah, I did. We did both the EU and the NA, Lupak and I. And for me, the big thing was that we actually started a little bit earlier than we normally do for this Invasion Day. We went a whole hour earlier because we knew that we were going to see guilds banging for the home plots, like trying to, population lock home plots or do whatever, get in there early and just secure the home plot so that nobody else could take it from them, just get there early. And they did. People did get there early, and they had some really, really interesting strategies for this. They were taking a lot of furniture. Let me just see if I can find one of the ones that was really interesting.
Oh, no.
They were taking furniture, yeah, and putting it at all the entrances so you could not get into the territories. It was just a brutal event. It was amazing to see. One of the first ones that we got to see. Do we have it written in my notes somewhere? I know I do, but I can't find it. But we saw a guild completely block the front of their territory with Morgana tents. It was awesome. Morgana tents, braziers, just completely blocking the area, and nobody could get in, even with their mammoths and battle mounts. And it was,
in theory, there's a way in, right? But then you just walk into AoE, so no dared, right? That's how it worked. They couldn't block off the pathway completely, right?
Well, what would happen is you'd walk in and you'd kind of be a little bit, slow going in, and that would give enough time to the tanks to run over, hit the air compressor, suck you in, and then just pound the crap out of you, because you were all in such a small ball that it made you guys like an AoE target, just incredibly weak.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yes, thank you, Funstealer. War Alliance was one of the two that did it. War Alliance they fought Conflict for one of the home plots, and Conflict, a very strong guild, very powerful. Lots of well-experienced ZVZers and GVGers could not break the War Alliance. And War, I think, took it a step further. I believe War actually had tents set up for respawning inside their home plot. War had taken it like a further step. They weren't just using the shark trophies and cages and stuff like other players were doing. They were building buildings in a home plot they didn't even own yet to take advantage of them come reset day. That's awesome. That's thinking ahead. I really enjoyed, getting to watch that. So,
if I am a new player, I'm coming in, I joined a guild, and somebody of leadership says, we are going to get a plot in the Outlands. Let's go here, meet Sunday or Saturday. And I have no idea what's happening. We kind of went ahead of this, but so I think what we need to do sometimes is to talk a little bit about the mechanics there. Do you want to give a 1-minute thing of what happens, or do you think everybody who is listening?
Well, for the mechanics for Invasion Day, all right. So once a month, all of the resource territories in the Outlands and the Royal Continents are dropped. And for a short period of time, they're completely unowned. All the territories that are in the early portion of the day, we refer to as the EU territories, go live at 19 UTC, or sorry, 18 UTC, and you can capture them. And all the ones in the NA territory go live at 1 UTC the following day, and you can capture them. But it's not as straightforward as you can just walk up and click on it like a normal territory and capture it. You actually have to do a little bit of PvE and take on a greater elemental guardian and defeat him with some special mechanics. And once you defeat him, you can then click on the crystal in the center of the map and gain control of it. And this encounter is designed to take some time. A really, really good team can do it in under 5 minutes. But you have to be an experienced. Yeah, we had 2 teams that messaged me saying they had an under 5-minute kill. Somebody even getting their record because they were unmolested and they didn't have they set up ahead of time. It spawned and they were ready.
Do you have a tip for me there?
I do have some tips for you, some pro tips. The Guardian is going to spawn little elementals around him that are going to go after you, and they'll just kind of hang out right around the Guardian. What you want to do is kill those little elementals next to the big elemental, and when they explode, they will deal damage to the big elemental. Now, you can take that a step further by doing like an armor shred or a frazzle or a shrink, some kind of armor debuff or damage amplification to the boss, and you will absolutely be able to take down that Guardian elemental much quicker. And yeah, Cocoette, one of the great GVGers of the great guild Articulum Mortis, informs me that it's not just time zones, it's actually north and south. So yeah, Mercia, Cumbria, and Anglia are split into north and south. Glauvia and Siluria are split into north and south, and the GVGs on the south are EU time period and go live at 18, and then all the northern ones for all those continents are in the NA time period.
Oof. That was a lot of information.
Yeah, there's a lot of information to be had out there, and a lot of people did a lot of great work for Invasion Day. It was
so I'm this newbie guild. I learned how to Guardians, and then I have a few hundred of my closest friends, and we decided to get the territory, and then we look all around us and we see everybody claiming territories. Do you want to talk a little bit about who got what?
Okay, so yeah, we had some very big winners for this Invasion Day. We'll start here and talk about your standard big winners. I'm going to talk about who we all go to see every day, and, you know, we talk about way too much, and their names come up constantly. We're going to talk a little bit about Oops and Squad. Oops and Squad didn't meet a lot on the battlefield in Mercia, but they both did a lot of work gaining towers. Blue Army and Squad did a little bit better than Money Guild and Oops, but Oops definitely showed up. Oops had some interesting strategies. They were very well spread out. They were able to get to many towers uncontested. They even had some interesting behind-the-back snags, as always, because they're very sneaky, hanging out in dungeons, getting there ahead of time. I like it. Good stuff.
You mentioned sneaky, and you mentioned they didn't really... Did they fight a lot?
I didn't see. I heard that there were a couple of fights.
Okay.
But I did not get to see any of them. I was going to
start a rumor now. I was going to start a rumor saying they coordinate.
No, they definitely did not coordinate.
Sorry. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah. They didn't coordinate. Blue Army and Oops, or Blue Army and Money Guild have a long feud, and so Oops and Squad have a feud that is pretty much a blood feud. Nobody is getting in on these guys. Like, they're not going to hang out. They're not, if they were at table 19 at the wedding, they wouldn't talk to each other. I like to say that you know, no matter how much you disagree with the other players who play Albion, and how much salt you have, and how much crap you talk about each other, and how rude you are into the trash talk chamber, if you guys ran into each other at some crappy wedding of some second cousin, and you were all both sitting at table 19, and all you had was crappy table wine and some cheese and some old bread, and you found out that the guy across from you played Albion Online, it would not matter what alliance he was in. It would not matter what guild they were in. Unless you were squad, unless you were squad, and they were oops, then it might matter. It might matter. to be quite honest, it might matter. But the big winners were let's talk about this. And they even got a few places in freaking Mercia. Oh my God, they're back. They win again. It's EOS. EOS wins again. Oh my God. So the long standing guild, a guild that had been here from early alpha days through beta days and even came back a little bit for release, is back.
What?
They're back.
But wait,
who are they? Echo of Silence. Oh my God.
No, that's
these guys aren't Echo of Silence. They don't call themselves Echo of Silence in this alliance. But they are Echo of Silence. What it is a bunch of guilds. Let me see if I can't bring up the rankings. And I wonder how far down. Let's see. Holy crap, Bogul! You're number 6 all-time fame. Oh my God! Okay, just a quick shout out to Bogul there. End of story. EOS. Take Care. Who? Let's give a quick background and Take Care. Wow, we have so much background for to give these people. This is going to be. I don't even know if we're going to even get to the information of what's going on. So Take Care is a splinter group from TC, also known as Team Casualty, also known as Bangers, depending on which time of the week you are, or which group of TC you are. But these guys left TC, created their own TC, remade EOS, which many EOS members were in the second version of TC, not Take Care, but the second version of Team Casualty, and they splintered off.
Boy, this is confusing.
Oh gosh, it gets even more confusing because TC, actually, if I go and look at my notes from TC, it turns out that even the current TC, Team Casualty, not TC Take Care, broke again. They re-broke again, and their guild leader is gone, their GVGers are gone, their shot callers are gone, and now it's down into the hands of, let me see, who is currently, I'm going to have to go, I have to look through a whole bunch of old notes to find this. I'm going to find it. Bogul. Where is she?
So,
there she is.
I don't know.
All right. So the new leader of Kizara is and Extrion and Snowhildy are currently leading TC. Now, Extrion is a longtime player, and we know him very well. Snowhildy we know very well, but this is brutal when you lose Shekels, Kiara, and Ellipsis, and all these different people leave to different guilds.
You know what?
It can be, yes.
I think we might have to do a whole interview figuring this out in detail.
I think I would like to talk to, who I'd like to get on the horn is Ellipsis, DJ Tanner, and Extrion, and get them into one room and chat with them and find out the real history of TC. And it won't be the real history of TC because none of these guys are going to tell me the truth. But I would like to hear what they think the truth is.
Okay. I mean, that's the thing we want to do here, right?
Yeah.
We want to talk to people who are in the roles of or who are in the know, in the guilds and the dramas and the things that are happening. And we want to give you guys a spotlight, a chance to tell everybody what's going on, to shed a little bit of a light on your history, your relations, your everything that is happening in your little corner of the world. And we will try to do this here as much as possible, right? So if you are interested in talking to us, talking about you, talking about your community, about some interesting thing that is happening, between you and your closest 200 friends, get in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to know more about the guys of End of Story, because I do know a bunch of these guilds. And this is, this is why EOS did so well. Is because it brought together a bunch of guilds that had kind of been playing on their own. Like Phrasing has been consistently near the top of our season rankings. They've done very well, but always kind of alone, always doing their own thing, always on the other side, never really helping their alliance as much as some other guilds, because distance was their issue for a while. But now I think that they're closer to some of their teammates. I believe they're close to Invitus, actually. And Invitus is doing work. Invitus is really good. They have some amazing PvPers is what I would call them. Because I don't want to say GVGers or ZVZers, because these are like straight gankers, some of these guys. They're just murderers in robes. That's all they are, is just murderers with like badges. Just awful. And then we have...
Let's finish up Invasion Day if we...
Okay, I kind of wanted to talk... Yeah, I just want to really talk quick about EOS, just to say who had joined EOS, because I do think of them as one of the two big winners. And we'll get to the second big winner of Invasion Day real soon. But they had added such great groups, like Broke Boys, who are the splinter off of Shelty. Persian Sorab got into a fight with some of his guys like Dip and stuff, and the next thing you know, boom, split off, splinter group. Broke Boys. And now they're in EOS. Hard Charge, which used to be Nilfgaard and No Life, which have returned to the game after a year's absence, and they're doing work. They're very few members, but the members they have are quality members, really good guys. Aggressor, this is Skuzgabel's guild. Skuzgabel does work. Skuzgabel GVGs more than anybody on Earth. He's amazing. He's great. KFC has long been one of the, I don't know how to say it, like, they've just been around forever. I had them as next door neighbors for a little while. They are, I don't know what the actual connection to Chicken Kiss is, but I know there's some sort of Chicken Kiss connection. There's some sort of Frog 1 connection. And because there's a Chicken Kiss, KFC, Frog 1 connection, there's also an Articulum Mortis connection. I would love to see, I mean, that, I don't want to say it. I almost said something. Go ahead, Bogul.
I feel like listening to you talk about all these names, all these people, I feel like we have so much to explore over the next coming weeks.
We do.
Figuring out who is, you know, having a beef with who, what's going on with your neighbors, or what's going on with Western Glavia or Mercia. And putting this all into this first show isn't possible. So we will have to take the next month or two to go into this.
So are you saying...
Sorry to cut you short, man, but
no,
you were talking about the two winners. You said
two winners. EOS was the standard winner. EOS is your standard winner. They were able to take most of Cumbria, and when I say most of it, that's North and South Cumbria. Look at this. They did work. Sure, Money Guild got a couple of them. Or, well, Oops got a couple of them. But it's not like they got many. And Squad got 2. This EOS guild did work. This EOS alliance did work. Very impressed. And the other one that did work. And this is going to suck for everyone. Everyone on Earth. Arch did work. Arch did work. Arch took 1, 2, 3 home plots from what I can tell. And it's just awful. They created a land known as Archganistan, which is over here in the rugged steppes of Soluria. So it's the most valuable. It's the most valuable of the new continents. It's near the Mercia, like town portal. Like if you can use this portal, it's the Mercia/Carleone portal. It's the red portal, orange, or whatever you want to call it. And from here, you can get to Carleone. And if you can get to Carleone, you can get to the rest of Mercia. And that's where they have thrived. They go to the portal areas and they gank people by just hanging out at the portals in mass. And now they have their own one. And if you don't think the Torrid Trow portal is going to be a mess, I'm going to go there right now. Let's just take a look. Is there already people? Wait. Guys, There's just one guy from Awful Company here. Just 2 guys from Awful Company here. You could come here right now. Now is your time to come to Torrid Trout. Only 3 guys from Awful Company. You could go there. It's 4, 5. Only 5 guys from Awful Company. Like, it's not. Okay, only. Okay, yeah. There's a few guys from Awful Company. Stay away. Just stay away from Archganistan. But congratulations, Gluttony. Congratulations, Arch. Congratulations, Awful Company. You guys have worked this game and done the slowest grind towards, territory ownership that I've ever seen. I'm so proud of you. I really am, because I didn't know you could take a home plot in T4, and to see it done 3 times over, just so impressive. So impressive.
I didn't realize that these guys decided to, or I might be putting words in imagining things, but so they can be Mercia bound and hang out in, gank in the Mercia portals, and hang out in Siluria.
Yeah, it's the perfect art situation. They're in a low black zone that nobody's really going to come for them in. Nobody wants to go and take it from them. But,
do you think?
Well, I mean, they're okay because of the territory lock. Like, the only people who are going to be really interested in that are people who are locked to Mercia, which gives you Oops and Squad. Now, both Oops and Squad have other shit to do because they're dealing with Oops and Squad, respectively. Now, those 2 alliances have real beef, and they have real teams, and they have real fights on the daily. Now, do they need to go?
Nobody's going to bother? Okay.
I think it's going to happen all at once. I think somebody's going to go in there and realize that their team can beat the Arch team. And it'll be somebody else that goes in and takes it. I do not think it's going to be Oops or Squad. And if it is one of the 2 of them, I think it's more likely to be Oops right now, because Oops has its main team fighting Sorab's team, but they also have other teams. Like, they have other GVG teams, whereas Squad, while it does have, like, other GVG teams, none of them are, I would say, are really super interested in engaging in a war against Arch. I mean, sure, Arch has no team. It has the Arch team, which is whatever 5 guys they can find in T4. It's their team. They just put them together. I think it's Gluttony and Archersnon and who else? Frozen Ice. I don't know.
You're the resident GVG expert.
I've never seen Arch in a GVG. How the hell would I know, like, the Arch GVG team? Are you kidding me? Like, geez, I would have to scour the history of the world for an Arch GVG team. This is okay. It's not Frozen Ice. It's not Divine. It's not Frozen Ice. I just named a random dude who I saw in the world.
Okay.
But okay, so yes, those are the big winners. It's Arch, it's EOS. Those are the 2 big winners. But we have so many winners because so many new guilds got territories. It was unbelievable, the number of new guilds that were able to get territories. And I'm seriously happy to see some of these guys getting, like, home plots. Like, we've seen guilds that traditionally aren't even allowed to have home plots. Here, I'm going to go and look over. If we go all the way to the west.
They aren't allowed to have home. What?
We're going to go all the way to the west. If we go all, like, just slowly looking. We're just one click at a time. We're almost to the west. We're almost still not there yet. Still not there.
That's the lowest level zones, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, there it is. Look at this. Withergrass Well. Bersalak was right. Zorn will get a home territory on Invasion Day. And they did. They were once again able to get the most western territory in all of Albion Black Zones. For those of you who don't know, Zorn is a German guild who were very, very active during the days of Alpha and Beta. They were a strong guild. They were led by a very charismatic leader, Lugsy, who had a fairly cordial relationship with the CEO, Bersalak. They would talk on a regular basis. He was pretty much a member of the original round table before we even had a round table. And wow, it's so interesting to see them back.
Now.
Yeah, and like even guilds that should not have them. Zorn, I love you. I'm glad to see you back. What, did 2 people go over and take that town plot? I mean, how many guys do you have active? Like, please, somebody from Zorn contact Bogul. He speaks German, and you can explain to him how in the world you were able to get this territory.
They must have more. I think everybody's.
Do you think that somebody just helped them to, like, for the memes of putting Zorn back on the map, way over to the west?
I'm pretty sure they have a bunch of people coming back, and they're just going to pull out their fist again and be like, "Listen, guys,
I would love it. I would love to see them and Hard Charge come back. Hard Charge, the No Life and Nilfgaard guys, 2 of the greatest guilds, Nilfgaard and Zorn, from the original days of Albion, the alpha days of Albion. I would love to see them both come back and be prominent once again. They are. It's great to see the huge number of old guilds that have come back. I'm sorry, what was that, Bogul?
We have a lot to look forward to in the next weeks, and I'm looking at our notes. Looking at the. I think we might want to go like 5 minutes over, but we have.
Yeah, we'll go a little bit over. We do have some more things to go over real quick. I mean, we could talk about the winners and losers all day, but let's talk about some things that have never happened before.
One final note on the winners and losers. As I said, I think we're going to talk about them for a bunch of the other shows during the next week. See what's been happening there, how the situation post Invasion Day will be developing, who's conquering stuff, who's taking and keeping the territories. But this will be an ongoing thing. And now that Invasion happened, everything is reshuffled. There's a new continent. We're excited to see how this is going. And we'll try to keep you updated as best as we can. But we looked at the upcoming GVGs for tonight, and there's like 50.
Yeah.
We had the idea of looking at fight and.
You're cutting out on us, Bogul. Go ahead and repeat that.
I just said we had a bunch of GVGs. We looked at them, and there was way too many.
Yeah, there's 50 coming up, but we do have a couple of that are picked out, and we will get to them. But I want to talk about 2 battles that occurred yesterday or Sunday. Both occurred actually Sunday EU time. It was first we have one that. So how do I even go into this? We had some large freaking battles, Bogul. They were just battles, large, awesomely huge battles, and it was one of them was at the time we believed it was the largest total fame battle ever to happen in the world of Albion. Lupac said 130. Holy crap, 130 million was our old one, and this one's 176 million. 756 people died over an hour and 3 minutes, and 176 million fame for the battle. That's huge. Take Care got 16 million for the fight. What was it? Somebody else got a huge amount as well. Where is it? Yeah, 20 million for Echo of Red Army. 57 million for Conflict. This is a lot of fame. 256 kills to 81 deaths. That's really good, Conflict. That's awesome. Proving that once again you are a very well-rounded guild and not just a mage defending guild, just not just defending your mages. Broke Boys did really well with 59 to 32 for EOS. I mean, the rest of EOS did not have that kind of numbers as Varanga, and its 17 to 53 really took a beating. Some of these guilds just got whooped up on. But guess what? Bogul.
Yeah, there's another one.
There's another battle that dwarfs this one. dwarfs it, makes it look small in comparison.
I looked at the numbers of this one. I remember. You told me about this, and I was like, how much can that be? I mean, you said 170 million, 75, and 750 kills for this one, which was a new record.
That's roughly 6.1 gear, right, Bogul? We determined that's roughly 6.1 gear.
If you divide the 750 by 176, then you roughly get around you get a ZVZ gear, right?
Yeah,
that's your standard Invasion Day big fight. It's just more people. And then we saw the next one, which only had 417 kills, but 210 million kill frame. And then if you look at these numbers and compare them, that's like 500k per death.
Bogul, can you get me the right link there? Both of our links in the notes go to the same fight.
Sure. You continue to talk about this.
Continue to talk about this. So yeah, the next battle that we had was 417 kills, but it was 210 million fame. 210 million fame. That's
nope, can't do it.
Yeah,
the kill board doesn't load.
Kill board's not working. Okay. Nope. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to show that one. But basically, if you do the math on that, that's 8.
Sorry.
That's better than 8-1 gear. That's better than 8-1 gear average. That means that somebody had to die for huge amounts of fame over and over again with all the gear they picked up. This is insanity. Like, that's 500,000 fame per kill, guys. It's just ridiculous amounts of fame for that largest battle. And anybody who participated in that was, in my opinion, a winner of Invasion Day. What do you think, Bogul? Can we give that everybody a winner who got to participate in one of these, like, just gigantic ZVZs, if a free win?
Sure. Everybody can be a winner until you get ganked. Sure. I'm okay with that.
Apparently, we're getting news already for what happened with Zorn. I'm looking forward to this. Bogul, we're going to have to do a deep dive on Zorn this week. Maybe, I'm looking
Wait, we have people in chat already telling us stuff?
Yeah, we have people, like, that's... Okay, so why don't we do a quick segue to that? Because we do...
Sure.
We do seem to be running out of time. We want to keep this show at about 45 minutes. We're already looking at an hour-long show. Guys, we need your help with this. We are looking to get beat reporters, like people who report on specific things, either a guild, an area in the world, like Mercia, Siluria, Glauvia. You know, you get the hint. The Royal Zones. People who specifically do... Yeah, language communities. We need somebody who speaks French. We need somebody who speaks... We got German covered. We need somebody who speaks Russian, Italian. We need your talent so that we can communicate with the rest of the world better. We need somebody who does GVGs. We need somebody who's really good at ZVZs, somebody who's primarily a ganker. We want to be able to cover all the different aspects of the world of Albion Online, and we want to do it with you. And in the beginning, what we'll do is we'll just kind of pull you aside, ask you some questions based on a list of questions that we have, and then we'll record you, cut it down into a 5-minute clip or so, and then put you up so that you look as good as possible. End goal being that we want to be able to train you guys so that you can be on the show with us for special segments in the future. So if anybody is interested in this, please contact me, Shozen4236 on Discord, and Bogul at
6397.
Just call him at 6397. It's actually Bogul at 6397. So you
something like this.
Yeah, you can find him there. It just heck, we could use a Portuguese guy too. We actually, Vakenden is already probably going to be doing that, so I think we're all set. But we could always use more Weekend Z rip.
Oh, we can always use more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to talk to you. We want to find out what you are doing. We want to hear your stories. We want to get your expertise. We want to shine a light on where you're living, what you know about, and just talk to you, showcase all the different stories that are out there, showcase all the different guilds that are out there, figure out what's going on. And there is so much happening that we would be really glad if you can talk to us
sometime.
Yeah, we're this is a show for you guys. This is all about your news. So we want to know what you guys think is important for news, because Bogul and I could just talk about what the cost of food is. I could tell you how much omelets are going for and how the price of omelets has gone down steadily until Invasion Day, when it once again took a nice little jump and you could make some real profit on food. But no, we're for what you guys want, which is the kill board, which is the death board, which is who's making moves on the big map. What were the big GVG events of this last few days? And we had a couple of them. One of the ones that I found was really interesting. Let me go over and find it with Vastly Superior. Anybody know? Yeah, Vastly Superior over in Greenwig Grove yesterday. These territories over in Greenwig and Wren Grove and Flinsdale, these three territories, these guys started with one yesterday. They started with just Flinsdale yesterday, right? And they were attacked. The guys from Vastly Superior were attacked from Greenwig. They beat them, retaliated, right? They retaliated, won the tower, the farm plot. Then were attacked at the farm plot from Wren Grove, and they won that fight too. And now they have 3 territories and have decided, guess what? Today at 21 UTC in 8 hours, these guys are going for their very first home plot victory. And they're going to go take on Diorum Mortis. And I don't know if that's anything to do with Articulum Mortis. If it is, these guys are screwed. They're not getting that home plot. But if it's not, we're going to have an interesting fight today at 21 UTC. And I will be covering that one way or another. I don't care who is covering it with me today, Bogul, but somebody will give me that plot live, and we will be able to watch it. So tune in today at 21 UTC. We will also have, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So you're saying you're having
I do have another show today at 18 UTC until 1930. We have an hour and a half long show. We try to cover 2 sections of GVGs, but I guarantee you, if there's a home plot battle, I'm going to be there for that one. That particular one, that close to my showtime, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll be here for it. Anything else we really want to cover before we get out of here? Because we are running over quite a bit.
I'm looking at my notes. There's a bunch of stuff that we didn't get through.
Yeah, we did not get to all of it.
The main thing is, this is new. We're here. This is Albion AO Daily Show. We need you to talk to us. We want to figure out what's going on with you, with the players, with everybody. Get in touch, and you can find all of the info, all the links, all this stuff in a forum thread that will be up soon, on Reddit, on everywhere, and you can just talk to Shozen all the time, every time.
Yeah, you can basically message me constantly. I feel like I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But please, feel free to contact us. Let us know what's going on, and we will get your information on the show. Maybe not right away, because we have, I guess, like another 20 minutes of notes here that we could go over. But so much happened yesterday with the GVGs, and so much happened on this Invasion Day that we just couldn't get it all to you in under an hour. But Bogul, let's get to the end section of the show where we try to do something a little bit fun. We try to actually interact with you guys in the community. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, we can pick 2 or 3 of them before we go. And yeah, let's see. Do you guys have any questions before we head out of here?
You can also, in preparation for the next show, you can leave a message, a comment, some feedback in wherever our is going to be, and we might pick that up as a fan mail thing for the next show and go into it if it fits.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you have suggestions for what you want to see covered in the future, this is a good time to get them out there. If you have things that you want to see more covered today, let me know now. If you have information that I missed while you guys were typing it, let me know now. I mean, I did get that Zorn had some fights. I'm going to be showing Zorn information later. We'll figure out how involved Lugsy is. I've done more interviews with Lugsy than I have anybody else. Did you know that?
I do.
Who is the best diplomatic rat that has a hood pass with all alliances, and why is it IGT? Why is I grind this a hood rat with a pass. I'm gonna go with awesome videos. Awesome videos. I Grind This has awesome videos. That's why. That's why he gets a pass.
Wait, and that's the question we get for tonight's first show? Okay. Sure, Twitch. Thank you.
Is Bridgelock equal Sun? Bridgelock does not equal Sun. Bridgelock is a splinter group off of Sun. They have a lot in common in that, you know, Sun did kind of spawn the creation of Bridgelock and Birdlock. I don't know what Birdlock is. Sorry. If that was the question, actually Birdlock, don't know who Birdlock is. But Bridgelock is a newbie-friendly guild that is a splinter group of Sun. They're not actually the same guild. The new Broke Boys cape. What do I think of the new Broke Boys cape? Let's go take a look at the Broke Boys cape. Let's see what's the easiest way to do that. I guess it would be rankings, and Broke Boys is an EOS, correct?
Probably.
Yeah, let's go take this one. Go down to Broke Boys. Anybody see Broke Boys?
That's boring.
But somebody asked me. Oh, that's Ego. That's Ego. That's not EOS. Why you guys gotta have such close names?
That's all right.
Broke Girls. I like the flag of Broke Girls. That's cute. It's a little starfish. And let's see, Broke Boys. What does Broke Boys got? Broke. God, I can't.
It's just the jester hat.
It's just a jester hat. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not Say My Metatron. It's okay. It's not Lads. It's okay. We have a new Lads, by the way. Somebody else made the Lads flag. It's out there now. We once again have a pink unicorn. Thank you. All right. Well, I think that's enough stupid questions from the audience, of which there are no stupid questions.
Very weird.
They're just perfect questions. They're perfect questions for our show. What do I think of their capes? I love their capes. They're fantastic capes. Thank you. Holy cow, look, it's Eltharion hanging out with us today. That's Robin Henkys, the GM, well, the CEO of Albion Online. Everybody wave. I'm waving. What? And on that note, guys, you can check us out today at 18 UTC. You can check us out tomorrow again at 12 UTC, Wednesday at 12 UTC, Wednesday at 18 UTC, because the Thursday show is going to be on a special time because we're moving the Thursday show to Wednesday so that Lupac can go to a wedding. We will be here again on Thursday in the morning and again on Friday in the morning. Wow. You're going to have a lot of Albion Online, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note,
are we ending this?
We're ending this. I think we're going out on this one. I think that was a good show. Thank you guys all for coming, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will see you guys later today. Bogul will be here back with more news and more information. Thank you all for showing up, and bye.
Bye.